welcome to EFRAG updates for the month of April 2025. My name is Sébastien Harushimana. I'm the 𝗿𝗲𝗱𝗃 chairman. Today, I'm joined by my colleague Aleksandra Sivash, who will talk to us all about IFRS 18. But before that, I'm going to present what happened during the month of April. April has been a busy month again. We welcomed new 𝗿𝗲𝗃 members, and these were members that were approved by the 𝗿𝗲 board and selected by the administration board of the EFRAG. The new 𝗿𝗲𝗃 members are Leandra Clark, Head of Investor Relations at 𝗬𝗲. She comes from Spain. Misha Dirks, Head of Global Hedge Accounting Center of ING from the Netherlands. Nikolaos Diamantoulakis, Director of Grant Thornton from Greece. Anne-Françoise Didier, Group IFRS of Policies Center of Excellence at 𝘁𝗂𝗰𝗵 in France. Rafał Medak, Director Accounting Amazon from Poland. And Matthias Metner, Managing Partner 𝗘𝗙𝗥𝗚𝗃, Germany. These new 𝗿𝗲𝗃 members joined their colleagues in the month of April and began their work. And one of their first tasks was actually to approve new members of the Rate Regulated Activities Working Group. 8 new members of the Rate Regulated Working Groups were selected and approved by the 𝗿𝗲𝗃. We have Gia Resnes, Group Controller of Energy from Norway. Francesca Nicodemo, Head of Financial Statements and Accounting Policies of Rete Ferroviaria from Italy. Cesare Mosca, Director of Administration and Planning Autostrade per l'Italia from Italy. Carmine Melone, Senior Manager Group Accounting Policies of SNAM from Italy. David Stalker, Manager External Reporting from Stedin in the Netherlands. Stephanie Salaviar, Director of Accounting, Norms and Internal Control of Enedis from France. Iwa Walendowisk, Director of Accounting and Accounting Policies of Orlen Group from Poland. And finally, Sandra Ferreira, IFRS Accounting Manager from EDP Group of Portugal. In addition to these, welcoming these new members of the 𝗿𝗲𝗃 and approving new members of the Rate Regulated Accounting Working Group, we also approved the final endorsement advice of IFRS 18. I now invite Aleksandra Sivash to explain what's all about this endorsement advice.
Thank you very much, Sebastian. Hello to everybody. As Sebastian said, our board approved our final endorsement advice on IFRS 18, presentation and disclosure in financial statements, and we have finally sent it to the European Commission. What's in the endorsement advice? Well, EFRAG have concluded that the standard satisfies the technical endorsement criteria as outlined by the EIS regulation, meaning that the standard is not contrary to the true and fair view principle, that it meets the criteria of relevance, reliability, comparability, and understandability, and it's also conducive to the European public good, including the cost and benefit balance.
So, Aleksandra, does it mean European companies can apply IFRS 18 now?
Not straight away. So now there are some steps that should be done by the European Commission, European Parliament, and Council. Generally, this process takes about 6 months, so we expect that the standard will be finally adopted by the end of 2025, making it possible for the European entities to early adopt the standard if they wish to do so. As you remember, the effective date is on 1st of January 2027, but the early application as of 2026 is possible, and we are on track to make this done in Europe. It's safe to say that IFRS 18 is one of the most significant standards developed by the ESB in the past years because it will affect all entities across all industries. IFRS 18 structures the presentation of the statement of profit and loss, defining 3 new categories: operating, investing, and financing, and also defining specific subtotals that entities will have to present, harmonizing how the subtotals are calculated.
So, Aleksandra, if companies want to create more subtotals, what do they do then?
Very good question, Sebastian. So if the companies would like to present additional or different subtotals, IFRS 18 allows for this. So IFRS 18 defines management-defined performance measures, or shortly MPMs, and the standard also specifies how, where an entity needs to disclose those measures, what kind of information it needs to provide to allow users to better understand the information that the entity would like to communicate about its financial performance. In addition, IFRS 18 also provides improved requirements on aggregation and disaggregation of information in both primary financial statements and in the notes. It also defines the starting point for the indirect method of the cash flow statement calculation and presentation. We're looking forward to the adoption of the standard.
Thank you very much, Aleksandra, for that insightful update. What can we expect for next month?
Well, we expect next month to be relatively busy. We will be bringing to the 𝗿𝗏𝗃 and board draft endorsement advice on IFRS 19, subsidiaries without public accountability disclosures standard. We will be also publishing a survey on dynamic risk management ahead of the expected ESB's exposure draft on DRM. We will be discussing the ESB's feedback on the exposure draft on climate-related and other uncertainties in the financial statements. We will also update both 𝗿𝗏𝗃 and board on the ESB's tentative decisions on the forthcoming IFRS standard on the regulated assets and regulated liabilities. We will also be consulting with 𝗿𝗏𝗃 and board on the ESB's fourth agenda consultation, and we will be preparing for the European Commission Accounting Regulatory Committee meeting in June.
Thank you, Aleksandra. And thank you very much for your attention, dear listeners. And we look forward to the next podcast for the updates of the month of May. Thank you very much.